There is one small but crucial detail buried in the opening of Reacher Season 4 that completely reframes everything we thought we knew about this character. And it might be the very thing that makes this particular mission the most dangerous he has ever faced. This time, Reacher is not simply following his instincts. He is questioning them. According to Alan Ritchson, Season 4 adapts Gone Tomorrow, and from the very first scene, it is clear this is a darker, more intense version of the man we have been watching. The confident drifter who always seemed one step ahead is gone. In his place is someone more paranoid, more isolated, and constantly wound-tight. The season opens inside a crowded New York City subway, where Reacher notices a passenger whose behavior does not quite add up. It is a quiet moment easy to miss, but it sets the tone for everything that follows. Because in a city like New York, acting on a suspicion is never simple. Every decision carries weight. Every wrong move has consequences. And the setting itself becomes one of the season's greatest obstacles. Unlike the small towns Reacher is used to walking into and taking apart, New York is fast, layered, and unforgiving. Law enforcement here is not a local sheriff with a limited reach. It is an entire architecture of authority. City police, federal agencies, overlapping jurisdictions, all of which make it nearly impossible for someone like Reacher to operate the way he normally would. This forces him into an uncomfortable position. He has to rely on someone new. Jacob Merriweather, played by Christopher Rodriguez Marquette, enters as an uneasy partner, but the trust is not there from the start. The tension between them is constant, and the feeling that everything could unravel at any moment never really goes away. Making things worse is the reduced presence of Maria Sten. Without her, Reacher loses one of the few anchors he has had in recent seasons, a grounding force that kept him steady when things spiraled. Her absence leaves a gap that nothing else quite fills. What begins as a single observation on a subway car quickly pulls Reacher into something enormous. His suspicion leads him into a sprawling conspiracy involving war veterans and global threats, and what looked like a small moment becomes a chain reaction with no clear end in sight. But the most significant shift this season is not the scale of the threat. It is the nature of it. The danger is not just physical, it is political. A new antagonist, Lila Hath, played by Agnes O'Moore, operates in the shadows, pulling strings through powerful circles and using manipulation where others would use force. She is not someone Reacher can simply walk up to and confront. She requires a different kind of response, one that demands strategy, patience, and adaptability rather than raw strength. That is unfamiliar territory for him, and the season makes sure you feel that discomfort. Even the production reflects how relentless this season is. Alan Ritchson described the shoot as extremely demanding, with back-to-back fight sequences compressed into a punishing schedule. That physical toll translates directly onto the screen. The more Reacher fights, the more it costs him, and that exhaustion opens the door to the kind of mistakes that earlier seasons rarely allowed. The story stops feeling like a controlled investigation and starts feeling like a survival run with no finish line in sight. By the time Season 4 fully unfolds, it has transformed the entire premise of the show. This is no longer about a man walking into a broken place and fixing it on his own terms. This is about being dropped into a city that does not trust him, surrounded by enemies he cannot easily identify, inside a conspiracy that keeps expanding the deeper he digs. With no reliable backup and with systems actively working against him, the question Season 4 is really asking is not how Reacher will solve the case. It is whether he will make it out at all.